gotten to a point now where Lindor's actually underrated and underappreciated in this town. The guy plays hard. He plays every single day. He's an elite defensive player, and he's put up back-to-back seasons with solid offensive numbers. I know the contract, but still, I think Lindor's the best shortstop in baseball. Not only does he do it all, he does it at a high level, and most importantly, he does it in New York. People need to start appreciating Francisco Lindor. Dani, where would you rank Lindor among shortstops in baseball?
He's number 2 for me. I made a top 10 list the other day. He's number 2, and I'll tell you why. Because this guy in the last 3 seasons has been the best. He's in the top 5. No, he is the best shortstop the last 3 seasons. He has back-to-back seasons where he's a top 10 MVP candidate. He was a 30-30 guy last year, and you saw him. He's working out with the younger guys. That, to me, means more than anything, right? You're giving your time. He's busy. His wife just had another baby, and he's giving his time to his teammates so that they are better. He wants to be here. He loves it here. I truly don't understand why everyone gets all up in a bunch when we're talking about this, and they get real mad. And I'm like, did you see his season last year? He helped save your season. Maybe he's being a little more quiet than people want him to be, but maybe that's because he's settled into New York, right? And the boos, they didn't have to boo him, right? They could have given him the Trea Turner treatment, but for me, he's the second best. Corey Seager is the best for me in all of baseball.
So I agree with you. He's underrated. He's underappreciated. He's a terrific player. I can't put him ahead of a guy who's won 2 World Series and 2 World Series MVPs. And that's what Corey Seager has done in Texas and in Los Angeles, and the power numbers are there consistently. And I think day in and day out in the regular season, I think I'd rather have Trea Turner. I know he got off to a rotten start with the Phillies. He came on. He put up a monster postseason. And I think that's what bothered me about Lindor's year. He was tremendous last season in the second half. But when the Mets really needed him in May and June, he was not good enough. That bothers me. I need Lindor from day one this year to play the way he did in the second half. And listen, he's the 3rd best shortstop in baseball. If I'm ranking him right now, I'm putting Seager 1, I'm putting Turner 2, and I'm putting Lindor 3. But the bottom line is, if you're a Met fan, you should be very thankful and appreciative of the fact that he's one of the cornerstones of your franchise.
The thing that I love about him, like his peak, obviously is not as good as Corey Seager, let's say. However, if you take everything into account, the fact that he plays every day, where Seager has had some injury issues, the fact that he, hits for a decent average, can drive in runs, hits with some power, can steal some bases, and plays excellent defense, even Trea Turner, other guys are good and maybe even more talented in certain aspects, but when you combine everything, and then the fact that he's done it in New York, now, obviously, I'd love to see him do it in the postseason consistently. You got to get to the postseason, go deep into the postseason, and then perform, and then he will get elevated and will no longer be underrated. But it's like people in this town talk about Lindor as he's an afterthought. At worst, he's the 3rd best shortstop. At worst, he's the 3rd best shortstop in Major League Baseball. He's underrated and underappreciated to a point where Carlos Beltran was when he was with the Mets. After that first start, sometimes first impressions mean everything. And I think because Lindor had an awful year in his first year in New York, maybe Met fans haven't forgiven him. They should. He should have been an all-star the last 2 years. He will be this year.